There was once a young clockmaker named Elias Wren, the last descendant of a line of master craftsmen. Elias was unlike any other artisan. He could weave enchantments into his clocks, clocks that could sing, dance, even stir the emotions of those nearby. One rainy evening, a stranger entered his shop. She wore a deep red cloak and introduced herself simply as Marin. She was breathtaking, but her eyes held a sorrow Elias could not understand. She asked him for something peculiar. "Make me a clock that counts down to the happiest day of my life," she said. Moved by her request and by the melancholy in her voice, Elias agreed. Days turned to weeks. As Elias crafted the clock, Marin would visit often, sitting quietly by the fireplace, sharing stories of faraway lands and lost dreams. Elias, who had lived a life of gears and solitude, found his world blooming anew. He fell hopelessly, desperately in love with her. When the clock was finally ready, it was a masterpiece. A delicate glass orb where tiny silver stars drifted inside like snowflakes. The countdown began, 45 days. Marin smiled, a sad, knowing smile, and hugged Elias tightly. "I'll come back when it reaches 0, she promised. For 45 days, Elias lived in a dream. Every day Marin would visit, and their love deepened. But she always looked at the clock with a mixture of hope and dread. On the final night, as the clock ticked its last seconds, Marin stood before him, trembling. "You made it perfect," she whispered. Then she kissed him, a kiss filled with 1,000 unspoken goodbyes. When the clock struck 0, Marin's body shimmered, and then, she began to vanish, like smoke caught in a breeze. "No! Wait!" Elias cried, reaching for her. Marin, tears in her dissolving eyes, managed to speak. "I was bound by a curse, Elias. I was never meant to stay. The happiest day of my life was meeting you. Loving you." And then she was gone. Devastated, Elias scoured every tome, spoke to every mage, searched every realm, but nothing could undo what was done. His clocks grew silent, the magic drained from his hands. Years passed. Elias, now an old man, crafted one final clock, a twin to Marin's, but this one counting up, not down. He set it by the window where she once sat. Every day, he whispered promises to it. "I'll find you again. Even if it takes 1,000 lifetimes." One misty evening, long after Elias's hands had stilled forever, the clock, left untouched for decades, suddenly chimed once. And the glass orb cracked, letting a single tiny silver star escape into the night sky. Some say if you walk by Wren and Company on a rainy evening, you'll hear a faint ticking, and if you follow it, you'll find two shadows dancing together in the mist. Elias and Marin, finally reunited beyond time.